Hello and welcome. This is Caroline, and today I am going to answer Ethony's 12th prompt for the 31 Days of Tarot 2020. And prompt for today is focus. The divination tool you use the most besides tarot. So initially the prompt was the divination tool you use the most outside of tarot in 2019. But in 2019 I did not use any, I did not, 2019 was a slow year for me. My energy was extremely low. I had health issues. I barely used the tarot and I did not use anything else beside it. So I'm answering the prompt as the divination tool you use the most beside tarot in general, not in 2019. So there are three tools that I also like to use, and those three tools I am not expert in using them, and I really need to further my learning of all three of them. First is runes. So let me put my, don't you like my beautiful mermaid here? I love this little mermaid. She's just a prop, but I wanted you to have something to look at. My little mermaid and my lucky cat, and a few stones, crystals from my collection. So my first ever set of runes. I've had these runes for, I don't even remember when I bought them, and I think that they were made to order. I'm not sure because that was a long time ago, but I think that the lady who sold them on Etsy was making each set on a custom order. Maybe I'm wrong. I love them. I absolutely love them. They are made of amethyst, but on some of them I almost see a little bit of citrine showing up. So some of them are almost ametrine like when amethyst and citrine meet in the same crystal. So these are my first set of runes. I have crocheted a little pouch for them with with decorations, and I lined the pouch with silk in a matching color, in purple obviously. Each rune is, I don't know if you can see, each symbol, each rune sign is carved into the stone and then painted with silver paint. So my first ever set of rune, and recently, and I think this was like 2 or 3 years ago, but not longer than that, on a whim I bought a second set, and I really did not need it because I have this set that is my favorite, and this is the one I use. But when I saw them, I bought them from a lady on eBay who was selling a few used tarot decks and witchy books and that kind of thing, and she had those beautiful runes for sale. They are yellow agate, and look, don't know if you can see, same principle. The symbol, I'm not sure you can see, symbol is carved into the stone and then painted, and this time with gold color. So for some reason I think this complements that set very well. This is more my moon set with a cooler color and a silver painting, and this is more like a sunny set in a warmer color with a gold painting. So these are my runes. Then I have my pendulums. So I'm gonna put my runes aside. Come on, babies. Here. To make up some room. Here. Okay. Now I have a few pendulums. Well, a few, I have many pendulums actually. And there are a few of them I've had for a long time. Oops, there's a knot here. Okay, I'll have to take care of that later. A few of them I've had for a long time, and a few of them are more recent. And let's see if I can find my older one, the first one. Oops, this one is broken. Okay, you are going to see my whole entire collection. Here, here. Okay. This is my first ever pendulum. Up here. This one is I think it's made of plain crystal, the kind of you know, when you have a clear quartz at the base of the quartz, sometimes the crystal is more cloudy and it becomes white. So I think that's what this is. It's a white plain crystal, and this one was given to me. I don't know when, at least 15 years ago, maybe more, a long time ago. And for a long time it was the only one I had. Then I acquired this one, which is made of labradorite in French. And then I made a few myself with resin. One of them I bought, but most of them, this is the one I bought, and these are the ones I made myself out of resin. Oops. Okay, full of knots. So I have a little. I used to have. I don't know if I still have it, but I used to have a set of molds, and you can put crystals, metal shavings. You can even put dried flowers or whatever, and you pour resin on it and let it set during the night. And so I made at least 15 of them, but I gave them away. And then a friend of mine in 2016 visited me, and she told me that her mother works with pendulums all the time, and her mother has this notion that a pendulum should not stay alone, it should always have another pendulum with it. So from that day on, that was 4 years ago, I started always carrying 2 at a time instead of 1, and storing them by pair instead of by 1. So I acquired those 2, which are plain metals, are very heavy, and I like it. They make good working tools. This one has a broken point. I don't know if you can see it. I purchased it and it came with a broken point, but I still like it very much, and it still works well. It's this one is made of amethyst. So now I should have, I have an even number of them, because they all have a pendulum friend to be stored with or travel with. So these are my pendulums, and I really need to work more with pendulums and become better at working with pendulums, because I'm not an expert at all. And then third tool, let's make some room, is my Lenormand decks. And Lenormand decks are usually not very expensive, so this is my box of wonders with all my Lenormand decks inside. Lenormand decks are usually not as expensive as tarot decks, and I end up having a lot. I will not show you everything, but I will show you a few. This one I bought on Etsy, and I love how clear each image is. I can't remember the name of the artist, but if I do, I will put it in the description. This one is the famous Gilded Lenormand by, don't know how to pronounce the name, Ciro Marchetti. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name. So this one is very well known and it's extremely beautiful. I really like this one. Unfortunately, I don't like the cardstock. It's too stiff, and the edge of the deck are very sharp. I don't really like shuffling this deck, and that's unfortunate because I like that the Lenormand deck is like a playing card deck, and you can shuffle and manipulate it very easily usually. But this one you can't. But still, the images are so beautiful. And the one I use the most is this little German deck here. This probably came for 2 or 3 euros out of the shop. It's really not expensive at all. And I like how clear the images are. Something I like when I work with a Lenormand deck, I like having the miniature playing card insert and the number. I prefer a Lenormand deck that has very clear illustration that you can recognize at a glance. I don't like when you wonder if what you're looking at is the bouquet or the lily or the garden. I like it to be clear at first sight, and I really prefer when you have the playing card insert. So those were my 3 tools I like to use and I need to work with, beside the tarot, the runes, the pendulums, and my sweet little box of treasured Lenormand decks. Thank you very much. Bye bye.